G'day everybody, welcome back to another July Stretch Session Challenge. Apparently Ranger is joining me straight away today, so yeah, at least he's not running around and being a bit crazy. All right, so as we have done every lesson or every session starting with 3 deep breaths, each time making sure that you're filling up more of your body. I thought I had my watch on. I was gonna put it in yoga mode. So I got some exercise points. All right, dipping the head down. Remember, as we're taking the head down, you are trying to pull your other shoulder down as well. So we're not just simply letting our head fall, we're being active in making the stretch happen, going down. Now, as you pull your chin to your chest, I want you to think about pulling up through the back of your neck. As you are lifting up, think about lifting your chin up. So I'm not just dropping my head down, I'm actually dropping my head down and pulling my neck up. I'm not just dropping my head back, I'm lifting my chin. All right, drop your head, roll half circle. So ear, chin, ear, chin. I want you to put energy into feeling where your chin is going. Where is the direction your chin is going? Now, change thinking about the top of your head. Where is the top of your head going? Head up, rolling your shoulders. Do not engage in your chest rolling too, just your shoulders. And reverse. This time engage the chest forward. Remember, I think it was the last session we spoke about not lifting the chest up but pulling it back and forward. Reverse. Good. Tilting to the side. Now as you tilt to your side, I'm not just falling to the side, I am lifting my rib up. As I lean forward, I am thinking about pulling my spine up. As I lean to the side, I'm thinking about pulling that rib up. As I lean back, I'm thinking about my chest pulling up. So pulling up, pulling up, pulling up, pulling up. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Other way, side. So if I was not to do the pulling, my body would pull way past my foot. So I would have my energy move over to one foot as well. But instead, when I'm here, because I'm thinking about the pulling, then I stay in the center. And faster. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Rolling down. Rolling up. Rolling down. Remember, as you're rolling down, you're trying not to let your hips pop out too early. You're trying to actually keep them in towards your head. All right, reverse, knees to the ground. Push your knees, don't let your heels come up. Feel where your knees want to fall. Do they want to fall inwards, outwards, straight over your big toe and your second toe? All right, keeping your feet hip width apart, soft knees, just gently twisting. Squeeze your tummy as you do this. Now reach out to the side. As you reach, try and think about the line that you're creating with your arm. So you don't want it dropped, you don't want it half out. And think about it coming from your shoulder. And continuing, you start to let your feet twist. So creating now a line all the way to our toe. 2 more. Open up, feet diagonal, so facing the corner. You're going to take your arms over, squeeze your stomach. Do not let your hip come up, so we don't want this. top arm straight, come back to center, find that position, over, back over, and over. As you come back to that center position, push your shoulder blades down your back. Push your shoulder blades down. And down. And down. All right, holding here, I want you to squeeze your belly, squeeze your butt, lift your kneecaps up and rise onto your toes. All right, as you're here, let your knees bend, keep your heels high. Come up, down, take your hands up, take your feet down and parallel now. Take your hands back out to the side, squeeze your belly, squeeze your butt, lift your knees up and rise and lower. Keep those heels high, up and take it down and over, out, diagonalate, back up and squeeze tummy, squeeze butt, lift those legs, squeeze those knees, bend, push the knees out, keep your heels high, don't let your heels lower as you're doing that. Take it up, squeeze, 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 lower, drop it down, up, feet parallel, squeeze your tummy, bring it up, bend your knees, keep your shoulders down your back, squeeze and down, up, take your arms up, over, down, open, back out, last one, squeeze your tummy, squeeze your butt, lift your knees, push your shoulders down your back, bend your knees, come back up, ankles down, collapsing down. All right, make your feet come back to parallel. Fold your arms. Bring your weight towards your balls of your feet and your heels. Balls of your feet and heels. Balls of the feet, heels. Balls of the feet, heels. All right, take your weight over to one side, but as you do this, don't let your knees bend. So take the weight over to one side. Take it back to the center, but try and take your arms out, away from you. And over to the other side. Back to the center. As much as possible, trying to keep the knees up here, over to the side. Now we're going to bend our opposite knee, holding the ankle, taking it back up. Take your arm up. With the hand that's on your ankle, you're trying to bring your head down to your foot, your weight towards the balls of your feet and your heels so you can shift between. You'll feel that stretch in different places. Different area codes. Take it down. Through to the center. A little bit downward dog-esque. Bring it back over to the other leg. Bend. Back up. And over. All right, coming back to the center, hands out again. Now I want you to clasp your hands behind you, let them fall down. Keep your knees locked. It's really easy to let your knees go here. Run your hands down, your legs. Just sit in that for a second. Turn your your balls of your feet out. You can make your legs a tiny bit wider if you need to. Knees, elbows. hands onto the knees. Let one shoulder drop forward. Oh, I can feel that. Other side. Okay, back down to the elbows. All right, lunge one foot over even further. I want you to point your foot, flex, point, flex. As you're doing this, keep your other heel on the ground as much as you can. Flex, point, flex, point. Making sure that as your foot is pointing, you're trying to push your kneecap down into the ground. As you're flexing, same thing again. Coming over. Point, flex. So my heel is on the ground here. Point, flex, point, flex, point, flex, point. All right, turning over. Might just have to do a pant readjustment. This is a free video after all. All right, remember all your alignment points here. So my heel of my foot is under my knee. My knee is not over my toes. The heel of my hand is in line with the heel of that foot. Then I'm pushing out through my back heel. Now I'm going to take the hand up. Trying to put this hand on top of the hand that's down, so I don't want it to be here, falling forward or back. Trying to find that alignment, and then shoulder down my back. Push that back heel out, push the knee forward. All right, if you can, both elbows on top of one knee. If you can, hands up. If you can, hands up, lower the knee, come forward, and reach forward, and back, and forward, and back, and forward, back. All right, take the foot across, knee down. So when you're doing this, don't pull the foot up. Your ankle doesn't move that way so well because it is a flexion joint. So you can push down on it, but don't pull up. And take your body slightly center, slightly out. All right, turning over to the other side. We're going to go down over here. Take your foot down, finding all those alignment positions. Heel of the hand, heel of the foot, knee, heel, pushing forward with this knee, pushing backwards with that heel, taking the hand up, keeping this hand aligned above the hand below. Okay, if you can, elbows on the front knee. Still trying to push my shoulders down my back, my knee forward, my heel back. All right, hands on your knee. Hands up, and take it down, stretching it back and forward, back and forward, back and forward, back and forward. Last one. Take the foot across, knee down. Really try and stretch that knee behind you. Coming into the center, coming into the side. center, side, center. Taking the feet in front of you. Okay, pushing the hips into the air. Bending one knee. If you need to give yourself something else to be a tiny bit higher, you're welcome. Now I want you to extend that leg behind you, but don't turn the knee out. So keep pushing the knee in, or keeping the knee parallel to the ground. Pointing that foot. Now push the heel. All right, bring that foot down. Your other knee forward, making the knees kiss. All right, keeping that knee parallel to the ground. And in. And in. And in. And in. Now heel. Drive through the heel. Remember, do not turn that knee out. So we don't want to have open hip. Good. Take it down. Now, knee in. Think about keeping the toe where it is. Take your knee out. Bring your knee back and lower. Knee up. Knee down. So as you do this, try and think about squeezing your butt as well, because then it's getting that feeling of closing here so you can open out here. 2 more. 1 and 2. Good. Bend your knees. Take a little seat. All right. Whew. If you're a tomato like me, breathe. Alrighty. Gotta get your bun like right under your head. Does anyone else get that? We have to place your bun as almost like a pillow, otherwise it just, anyway. If you don't have a bun, then you won't feel that. All right, pointing your foot, not just of the knee that you're holding, but also the one on the ground. Now, under the thigh, extending it forward. Take a deep breath in. As you take your deep breath out, walk your hands twice up. 1, 2. Lock your knee, hold your foot, breathe in. As you breathe out, 1, 2. Breathe in. One, 2. Give it a nice hug. Put it on top of your other knee and pull it in. You can rock that a little bit to change where you're feeling that pressure in your hip. If you want to extend the lower leg up and grabbing higher so that way you get even more of a stretch, you just got to keep your hips on the ground. So I don't want to see the hips rolling forward. Think about stretching behind that knee and the ankle. It's really easy to let them go. I can't think of a better word than limp, but limp. So stretching the knee, stretching through that ankle. Letting it go. Stretching that leg low. Stretching through. All right, extending that leg up, holding it. Deep breath in. And as you breathe out, 2 hands. Don't let the bottom knee become relaxed either. Keep it activated. Attach it to your other knee. Turn your your knee out, grabbing under your knee. What's that from? Ba, 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 da, da. I Dream of Jeannie. All right, if you can take your leg long, do it. Remember, your hips cannot come forward. It defeats the purpose, or come up, I should say. As you're holding your leg, try and push your shoulders down your back. And let go. Give your knees a little bit of a hug. Rock them to the side. All right. Stretch your knees forward. I need to move to the edge of my mat. Also need to pull my pants up, over, and pulling it through. Keep your shoulder down. Try not to let it come up. And come back. Take your knee over. Reaching the other side. This side is my stuck side. My left. All right. You can sit on your tailbone now. This is the last thing we're going to do. I want you to point your feet. I want you to turn them out from the hips, locked, knees locked, feet locked. I want you to flex your feet. I want you to turn them in. Point, out, flex. Sitting up as tall as possible. All right, this time you're going to go the other way. So you're going to turn them out, point, turn in, and Are you still sitting tall? All right, now point your feet, but flex your toes. Point your toes, flex your feet. Flex your feet, point your feet, point your toes, flex your feet, flex your toes. So we're trying to really separate what is happening in our feet. Really trying to make sure that the little toes don't come in and make a triangle, keeping them as flat as if they're on the ground. All right, taking your feet up, pushing into your hips, and coming up slowly, slowly, slowly. All right, if you're done, you can turn the video off now. If you want to get into the tapping, let's go. So tapping the top of your head, giving gratitude for doors closing so that other doors can open. Your face. Giving gratitude for moments of rest. If you're anything like me, you don't feel like you get enough of it. Down your neck. But still, we want to appreciate what we can get. Our shoulders, having gratitude for the strength that they carry. Down your arms, your hands, your fingers, back up, your armpit, your chest, your other shoulder, down your arms, your fingers, your hands, your armpits, coming back to your chest, your heart, your lungs, having gratitude for a beating heart, lungs that are working, hips, thighs, glutes, kneecaps, legs, legs that move you, legs that help you get from one place to another, feet, feet that support you, coming back up, belly. And that is it for today's session. We'll see you in the next one.